Ladies and gents, welcome to this week's Fearless Friday. It's been a couple of weeks since I last came here live to talk to you, and that's simply because life and busyness and deadlines and simply not having the time or the headspace to think, what can I share with you this week that's going to be useful? Because the whole point of this space is to be useful to you, right? Is to be supportive and have this safe space for us all to come to gather, to share, to talk, and to be inspired, right? So if I don't have anything useful to share, um, let's just not prioritize this. Anyway, I'm rambling. I'm rambling because I don't have any bullet points. Um, so I'm rambling. I'm sure you'll forgive me. I have a really bad cold. I can't breathe through my nose. And my head isn't particularly switched on today either. But I have written a little bit that I want to focus on for you today, because the last few weeks we have been going through the different phases of recovery after your medical team step away. If you can think of another title to call this, I mean, I've called it the 4 phases for quite a few years, but it's feeling a bit, I don't know, maybe we need another way to describe the different stages that we go through as we come back to life and start to thrive, right? So today I'm going to focus on phase 4, because phase 4 is where you have done all the work and you've healed the past, you've come to terms with what you've been through, you've done you understand who you are today, like you've discovered the incredible person you are today, and you are now in that place where you're happy, you're healthy, you're very forward focused, and it's time to build a legacy, right? You're living the life that you want to live. You've gone through all the ups and downs, not a linear journey. And phase 4 is about that legacy piece. I talked a lot about phase 4 in the last video, actually, kind of like phase where you're looking for counselling. But I never had a dream for what I wanted to do with my life. Who says we're only allowed one, right? You can have as many dreams as you like, but I didn't have that vision. And so what happens when you don't have a vision? Well, firstly, do not panic, because that's where I went to. I can remember I'd gone away for a weekend retreat, and one of the things that was going on was a guided meditation to see your to connect you with your purpose. I had nothing. All these other people around me were sort of like painting their beautiful vision, and it was just like glorious. And I'm like, no, there's nothing. There was nothing, nothing going on whatsoever. So but it frightened. I'm laughing now, but it frightened me that I couldn't see a future for myself, and I made it mean. And that's an important phrase, right? I made it mean that did I have one? Was this my intuition saying, like, don't worry about it, love, because you don't really have a long future here on this planet? So, or maybe was I worthy? Oh, I made up lots of stories, right? I made that not having a vision mean unhelpful things, and it was unhelpful, and not true. Right? It was not the truth, but that was where it took me. So if you are in that space, if you recognize yourself, oh, I don't have a vision, and oh my God, what is that saying about me? I want you to know that 1, you're not alone, and 2, you can make that mean anything you choose, right? Get curious around the meaning that you are making in phase 4 Whether you have dreams, whether you don't, like whether you have a vision, you have a plan, whether you don't, what are you making that mean? And then and reflect on that and take that to your morning pages, meditate on it, do whatever. I mean, you've found your baby steps now, do whatever the baby steps are that speak to you, but allow yourself a time to reflect. And then a great question to ask yourself around legacy work is, you're out in life and you think somebody should do something about that, right? Or you're watching the news and you're like, oh, somebody should do something about that. Listen, start paying attention, because that somebody, my friend, is you, right? That is you saying to yourself, we need to do something about this. How can we make a change around this? And just paying that little bit of extra attention will help you to find that legacy work, to find that dream, to find that focus for your next adventure. Now, if nothing is going on there either, if you're paying attention and there's nothing going on, and there's somebody should do something about, it still isn't, then I want you to start thinking about where you're heading. Where you're heading. And just sit with it gently, right? Where am I heading? And it doesn't have to be for the rest of my life. It doesn't have to be that big. It could be, where am I heading this season? What do I want from spring? Yes, spring is on my mind. Even though we had the most horrendous hailstorm earlier today, we're only, 19 days away from the official start of spring. So I very much have spring on my mind. So what do I want? What do I want from spring? Where would I like to go? Where would I like to go? What would I like to experience? What would I like to feel? Like, we can start there. We can start there. But I want to reassure you that if you don't have one, it does not, under any circumstances, mean anything untoward apart from curiosity. And that, my friends, is the end of our live, because I have got lots of techie details flashing up and I don't even know if we're live. So I'm going to sign off. I may see you again a bit later.